Okay, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am coming to you this morning with some serious downloads that I got, okay? And first off, let me thank you for being here today with me. And I also want to thank you for all of your support. I am definitely growing my channel. My mentors are individuals that I watch constantly on YouTube, and I love them. I think they're absolutely magnificent, okay? I did something last night and I uploaded it because I do want everyone to know that, light workers, star seeds, shamans, oracles, all of that, okay? Those are ancient practices, okay? And they are extremely connected to the divine. So when people question our spirituality or our beliefs, we definitely believe in a higher power. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, okay, well, if you do that, what you have been taught is all wrong. Okay, that's what I'll say. It's all wrong. And I'm not going to say that, what you've been taught, but I think it has been manipulated. Okay. We all believe in the divine and the higher power. Okay. I definitely want you to know that. All right. And as you can see behind me, I am extremely in tune with myself. Okay. And these downloads that came this morning, I just want to speak to them. So the first one that came in, and I'm sorry, I'm haste mixed waste, right? So I'm moving kind of fast, but let's go on and just bless the energy, right? With my white sage incense. I love that. I will get some Palo Santo going as well. Okay. But I want to bless the space and definitely receive clear and concise messages for the 4 downloads that I got this morning, because they were intense and they were very precise and concise. They just flew in and it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, literally. And I said, I need to write them down, okay? Because somebody, if not a lot of bodies, need to hear this message, okay? So at this time, I'd like to welcome you to my channel, Aries Leader by Nature. And I did state Aries Leader by Nature. And I don't want anybody to think, oh, she thinks she's, no, I don't. But we are the first in the zodiac sign, okay? And there are 3. Okay, there's a first, second, and third of all zodiac signs. It depends on when you were born. Okay, you may have other placements in your chart as well. There's your moon, your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. Okay, so with that being the case, without further ado, I want to just hop in and tell you these downloads I got, because they came in so fast and so hard this morning that I was like, you know what? And let me definitely. It was like, whoa, this message is for someone. And if you're asking, anybody wondering, this is not Nefertiti, Cleopatra. Okay. A lot of people are like, is that Nefertiti? I'm like, I just kind of say, okay, all right. So this morning we will be accompanying the messages through our spirit guides, the universe, the divine, okay? The divine, the creator of all things. I will ask him to please allow me to deliver the messages clear and concise, okay? I think that is very important, okay, that I do deliver these messages clear and concise. Also, I love my crystals, okay? I have my metaphysical shop, okay? It is Aries Leader by Nature. That's my logo. You can go to ariesleaderbynature.co, and I do have bracelets and necklaces and pretty much anything you would like to obtain. I sell raw crystals. We will be accompanied by obsidian, citrine, jade, amethyst, tiger eye, selenite, and clear quartz today. Okay, but without further ado, And this is just a different angle. Okay. Some days you may see me, some days you just may see my hands. All right. And I do appreciate, and I want to give thanks to all the tarot card and oracle card readers out there, because you guys have really, really, really inspired me. And then, you know, so many messages I resonate with. It's just crazy. Okay. I don't go in as Aries leader by nature. I go in as TJ, and I love them all, and I subscribe to everybody. All right. So without further ado, and I know I keep saying without further ado, let's go on and get this energy going. Okay. So the first message that I had to download on was tap into your intuition and discernment. Your survival depends on it. Okay. So that message is definitely out there for someone. The second message that I received was they are afraid of you because you have an ancient gift. No, I'm sorry. They are afraid of you because you have ancient gifts. So several, not just one, several, given to you via the divine or by the divine. Okay. The third one I have is they envy your abilities. They envy your abilities. And the fourth one is they are trying to stop you from being successful, but they cannot stop what the divine has given you. You are favored. And those came flooding in this morning. Okay. Now, some of you may be experiencing technical difficulties, and I'm going to just tell you right now, if you are, trust, I did too. I went to launch my channel, and my network adapter didn't have my Wi-Fi, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I also have a technical background, so I was able to do some troubleshooting and fix that. But I mean, I felt like, okay, is there an attack coming on? I don't know. But if it is, that means that you will be successful. So I'm going to ask that the angel guides, spirit guides of the light, and the divine, the creator of all things, provide clear and concise messages pertaining to these four that I just read to you, and I'll go over them again. Tap into your intuition and discernment. Your survival depends on it, okay? They are afraid of you because you have ancient gifts given to you via the divine, okay? They envy your abilities, okay? And then they are trying to stop you from being successful, but they cannot stop what the divine has given you. You are favored. All right. So I'm going to ask the divine at this time, please provide clear and concise messages pertaining to the energies that I felt this morning regarding the collective. This can be the collective's energy, and the collective will be anyone viewing this channel at this time. And that first one flipped out so fast. Wow. Okay. So what I am going to, and I know you're like, why did she put that back? Well, that's just because I didn't finish. You know, I wanted to, you know, get a shuffle going, right? And then cut the cards, right? And then ask for some direction, I should say, yeah, direction. Okay. So I'm gonna go on and shuffle the cards. Then I will cut the cards and I will ask the divine creator of all things, spirit guides, angel guides of the light, okay, to provide guidance in this reading. Okay, that's what I want to do. So at this time, I'm going to get this started. And hopefully you guys slept well, okay? I only sleep for about 6 hours at a time. I don't know why that is. I will take naps sometimes when I'm tired, but for the most part, I sleep about 6 hours at a time. So hopefully you slept well. So, divine, creator of all things, Angel and spirit guides of the light. Provide clear and concise messages. So the first card that came out is 3 of air, okay? And really that's 3 of swords, and that's sorrow, forgiveness, and healing, okay? Sorrow, forgiveness, and healing came out. So 3 of swords, and there's a person standing here. Okay. 2 more came out, and that's the ego, okay? And the ego is illusions, dependency, materialism. So there are illusions, dependency, and materialism. And then we have King of Fire, inspirational, charismatic, and innovative. Okay, so I'm definitely going to get some clarifiers for that. Definitely. All right. And then we have the 8 of Earth. And that's education, focus, and details. Education, focus, and details. At the bottom of the deck, we have awareness, caution, and consequences. And that's the 7 of air, 7 of swords. So I am going to definitely go into the angel message tarot guardian, and let's look up 3 of air. Let's go and look up 3 of air. All right, there we go, Ace of air. Okay, so, oops, sorry. 3 of air says, loving angels surround you now. They offer healing to all who request it. The sadness you feel will fade away with time, and all that will remain is a stronger, more spiritually evolved you. There is no need to be alone. Seek out loved ones to spend time with. Ask your angels to help you find groups or organizations full of compassionate people who will embrace you with open arms. Give yourself time to heal while also reaching out to embrace the joys of life. Also look for the positive in any challenge. Ask your guardian angels to help you see the good that came from adversity. You are an amazing person created by diverse experiences. The blending of those chapters of your life the blending of these chapters of your life to form your character makes you one of the divine's beautiful and powerful children. Okay. Did I not just say? And that download was exact. They are afraid of you because you have ancient gifts given to you by the divine. And these are downloads before you see these cards even come out, okay? And I shouldn't say cards, I should say messages. Sorry about that. And it says, and I'll read it again, the blending of these chapters of your life to form the character, to form your character makes you one of the divine's beautiful and powerful children. Angel messages. It says, we understand we love you so very much. During this time, please, please remember to ask for our help so that we can do everything possible to comfort you and make our presence felt by you. Additional messages of the card: giving comfort to a friend in need, experiencing a loss, forgiving oneself and others, letting go of the past so as to embrace the future. Heart elements, okay? So if anyone is filled with sorrow and having a hard time forgiving, it's blocking you from healing, okay? And that's probably why the divine wanted me to shoot this video this way today, so that you can definitely see Our healing starts with our internal will, which is our chakra. Okay. Healing definitely starts there. So if you are experiencing sorrow, you've experienced a loss of a loved one, okay, of a job, of anything, any type of loss that has you feeling filled with sorrow, know that that the divine, the spirit guides, and the angels of the light are there for you. Okay. Definitely know that. All right. Let's look into ego. And ego has the number 15. So I would be looking at my angel book, the angel numbers book for 15. But let's read ego. It says illusion, dependency, and materialism. Okay. So I don't know if anybody out there is just, maybe, in their mind, I understand that today's society, right, it will have you in your mind so much, because what we're doing is like, okay, our wheels are spinning, we're constantly going, we're trying to make things happen. And in doing that, you start to have illusions like, hey, and that illusion is not a reality. Okay. That illusion is definitely not a reality. And then dependency is here. So if anyone is depending on someone, and I just said that the other day, and I think I put it on Facebook, it's like, when you depend on others, you give them the power and control over your life. So being dependent on anything is not a good place to be whatsoever. Okay. It's really not, it's just not a good place to be, because you're giving your power away. All right. And then materialism. And I've said this 100,000 times. I live by two words. Okay. And hopefully this will resonate with you: needs and wants. My needs must be met. My wants can wait. You understand that? Needs and wants. Your needs must be met. Your wants can wait. So if your ego is getting in the way of some things and you're not able to really actually see what's going on because your ego is blown up to I don't know where, but it's blown up there, right? You need to go on and say, hey, look, okay, you need to put that ego down. So let's go on and look at ego. And I do believe that ego is a major arcana in this deck, but let me confirm that, because this is the first time. Well, no, this is really the second time I'm using it, but really the first time I'm actually referring to the material via the book. So let's see if ego is in here as a major arcana. It may not be. It may not be. Because there's the ease. All right, it's 15. Oh, it is. Okay, so ego, the number 15, says, sometimes we can feel as though we are trapped. We may perceive ourselves as being locked into a life that we don't want or like. What we often don't realize is that we hold the key to this lock and could free ourselves by making different choices. We can release our hearts from our prison of unhappiness by accepting responsibilities for where we are, here and now. And by doing so, we can then step back into our own power. See? Did I tell you that? I just finished saying that. I did. Admit it. It says, choose freedom. Ask your angels to remove every negative thought from your mind and help you to focus on amazing possibilities. Step past your fears and out into the light where you can grow, evolve, and fly. Don't allow anyone or anything, including your own self-doubts, to keep you from being the person you wish to be. Angel message: your entrapment is an illusion. Okay, so if you guys are feeling entrapped, that's an illusion. Yes, it is. You're not trapped, you're trapped here in the mind. Okay, it is an illusion. You are a child of the divine with free will. If you are tired of your situation, choose to leave it, and we will help you make that happen. Now that is power. I'm going to read that again because I resonate with that. It says, You are a child of the divine with free will. Okay? If you are tired of your situation, choose to leave it and we will help you make that happen. So the divine, the creator of all things, is promising you, all you have to do is ask to change your situation and they will make it happen. And I'm going to be a living live testimony to this, because I'm going to tell you exactly what happened to me and how I went directly to the divine and I prayed and I asked for the guidance, the divine, the spirit and angel guides of the light. And I was unhappy in my current location. I didn't fit in. There was a lot going on that I just didn't, it's not a part of me. I've been told I'm not cut a certain way, and I'm not cut a certain way. There's certain things that I just absolutely will not do. There's certain things I just will absolutely not put up with. And I moved to a state to where every and anything that I totally couldn't relate to was going on. Okay. And it wasn't me. And I asked the divine and the spirit guides and the angel guides of light. First, I asked for comfort because I was feeling, I was alone, but I wasn't lonely. But then there were some days where I was like, uh-oh, I think I am lonely, right? And I came and I prayed and I asked, I said, look, I can't do it anymore. I need you to help me. I need you to help me get back where what I'm used to. So that message and just having that faith in the creator of all things, they say, won't he do it? Yes, he will. Won't he do it? Yes, he will. Okay. And I have to say it again. It says your entrapment is an illusion. You are a child of the divine with free will. If you are tired of your situation, choose to leave it, and we will help you make that happen. Okay. So if you're in a relationship, if you're in a job, if you're just in a state where you don't want to be, and that's like a state, a physical location state. And also if you're in a state of mind that you just don't want to be in anymore, you ask the divine to help you and the divine will help you get out of that situation. I am living proof and I am not lying. I am not lying. And it happened fast, because I think the divine knew that I was at my wit's end. Okay. Additionally, it goes on to say, getting free of dependency or self-imposed limitations, ending an unhealthy relationship, forgiving yourself, and materialism. See, didn't I just say ending an unhealthy relationship? If you're in a relationship and it's something where you don't want to be, and that doesn't just mean a relationship as far as lovers, that could be a relationship as far as your career, that could be a family relationship. You know, sometimes we have family members that every time you come around them, they just spark the worst in you. And I think that's horrible. Because if I come to you, I'm bringing my best and I don't want to hear your negativity and I don't want things to go wrong, because I too am human. And even though I stay grounded as much as I can in my space, in my place, and in my 3D, I'm still human, right? I'm still human. Oh yeah, I wear my grounding. Okay. I keep my lava stones on. They are really good for grounding. I keep my black obsidian on. Okay. I keep my chakra together. Okay. But I'm still human. I'm still human. So if I come in and you've got this old nasty vibe going on and you don't think I'm going to pick up that. I'll pick up on that so quick, because most light workers, star seeds, oracles, tarot card readers, they're empaths. They're able to use themselves as a conduit to deliver messages. So we're going to pick up on that. We're going to pick up on that fast and not slow. And I mean, we can walk into a room and if it's not right, it's not right. Okay. So let's break down this number 15. I'm going to look at the angel number book. We're going to go to number 15 and I just kind of want to see. Okay. Boom. Bingo. I love it. It says new ideas, level up your thoughts. Level up your thoughts. I love that. I love that. It says inspiration is the way your angels are directing you onto your inspired path. I'll say that again. Inspiration is the way your angels are directing you onto your inspired path. Now, when I first got started, I said I watch a lot of tarot and oracle card readers because they inspire me. Okay. So I'm hoping that you too will be inspired. It may not be to do this, but be inspired to do something other than what you're doing that is allowing individuals to take control over your life and be in your power. Take your power back. Okay. That's what this whole ego thing is, taking your power back. And then honestly, chill on the materialistics. You don't need it. You really don't. You need a roof over your head. You may need transportation, depending where you live. Most people do. You need food in your refrigerator and clothes to put on your back so you're not walking around like you're in the Garden of Eden, right? You also may need some spiritual healing, spiritual guidance, and you can definitely find that on ariesleaderbynature.co because everything I make is made from my crystal book. I literally read each crystal, see how they work and activate each other. But let's go back to 15. Sorry for that. It says, and let me say it again, level up your thoughts. Inspiration is the way your angels are directing you onto your inspired path. The ideas you get are important as they lead you to the next step. I like that. Repeat this mantra. Ooh, I want you guys to get something to write with, okay? Or you can just rewind the video, okay? But it says, repeat this mantra. I am open to receiving divine inspiration. You see that? Do you see that? Open to receiving divine inspiration. Man. Wow. If that message didn't come through clear and concise, I don't know what did. I really don't. Okay. So I think that ego that a lot of people have, it really does need to be sat down. Because when you have an ego like that, it blocks you in so many ways. It really does. Like you can't see what's the saying? You can't see the forest for the trees. It really does. When your ego is like, you're all this, you're all that, you can't really see. You can't really see. And that doesn't help you at all. So putting down that ego will get rid of your illusions, your dependencies, and your materialisms. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I was growing up, oh yeah, I wanted this, I wanted that. I thought I was, I think when you're young in the mind, you do function in that order. I'm just gonna flat out tell you, when you're young in the mind, you function in that order. But the older you become and the wiser you become, you start to actually be able to look around and see the things around you and see what's working and what's not working. And when you get into that area and that place and that space, you don't waste time on nothing that does not serve you any good. I mean, the cutoff game, and I want to say that the cutoff game is real. When you get in that kind of a space and you know who you are, and you've been able to put those illusions down of what you think you are or who you think you are, and you put that illusion down and you get into the space where the divine wants you to be, baby, let me tell you what happens about that. Let me tell you what happens with it. Your tolerance for the bull, negativity, stopped at the door. You can actually pick up on negativity before you can get in the door. You can be getting ready to get dressed to go somewhere and something be like, I don't know about that. And then you think about it, you be like, you know what, you're right. I don't gotta do that. And then you end up not going. I do that so much. I will get fully dressed, think I'm gonna go out and have a good time, and then something's like, no, you're not. And I'm like, you're right. And I just a waste of my shower, my water, my lotion, my outfit. Not really, because you just take it off and put it back on, but then your perfume's all over it. So, but yes, Okay, drop that ego. Drop that ego. I think this is really maybe what I will title this today is drop the ego because it's blocking you. The ego is blocking you, right? So let's move on. We have King of Fire. And what that is King of Wands, okay? King of Wands. And the King of Wands is inspirational. He's charismatic. That's a hard word for me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm messing that word up a lot. And innovative. Okay, that's the King of Wands. So for you masculines and feminines, because I will tell you now that, you know, masculine and feminine is in both of man and woman. It is. Some women have more masculinity than other women. And then some men may have more feminine side, but when a man is able to tap into both of those sides, that's who he becomes, the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is a manifester, okay? Definitely a manifester. So inspirational, charismatic. I told you I have a problem with that word. And innovative, okay? So let's go on to see what King of Fire or King of Wands means, okay? To you, I should say. To you, because I just said what it meant to me. But let's get some clarification on that. Ace. 5, 6, 8. And here we go. All right. So, King of Fire, situations. You have the gift of leadership, and it's time for you to step forward. It's your moment in the sun, and the people are ready to listen to your words of wisdom. It's true that you love the spotlight. Uh-oh. There's that ego. I don't really like the spotlight. So most of my readings, you will see my hands. But today I said, okay, I'll let them see me so they can see where they're dark. But I don't really like spotlight. But it does say, it's your moment in the sun and people are ready to listen to your words of wisdom. It's true that you love the spotlight, but what makes you special is that you use it to change the world. Maybe I spoke too soon. It says, while in your career, you are just naturally talented and at guiding others. You also deeply care about your family and friends and will always take time to see to their needs. Okay, so this is definitely resonating because I'm somebody that I will sacrifice what I have for somebody else, and I really don't even be having it to sacrifice. But I have that faith that, and I'll say this, and I'm going to own this one too. I'll say this. Your blessings come from helping others. And that's what God wants you to do. That's what the universe wants you to do. It wants you to help others, because when you come out of your comfort zone, you may not have it. They may need it. And when you give that to them, do you not know that you just magnified your blessing tenfold? Because the universe knows that you may not have had that to give to somebody, but you gave it to them because they needed it. I remember one time I gave somebody my last $100. Yes, I did. And I did that because they needed it. At the time, I needed it too. But my bills were paid. And that was really going to be $100 to hold me over until my next paycheck. But I gave it to them because they needed it. Okay. So the universe knows that when you help someone and you yourself is already struggling, that is a gesture of love. That is a action of not being egotistical and full of yourself. You are helping someone and you need help yourself. Don't you think for one moment that the divine creator of all things is going to forsake you. He's coming to help you. He's coming to help you. Okay. It says people. A charismatic, a charismatic and heart-centered person who wants to make a difference, someone who loves a challenge, both at work and at home, a loving and concerned member of the family, an inspiring speaker with an almost theoretical flair, a generous patron of the arts. So this is speaking to any and all people that have those characteristics, okay? If you have the characteristics, if you're charismatic and you're heart-centered and you're a heart-centered person, okay, who wants to make a difference, and you just want to make a difference, someone who loves a challenge both at work and at home. So, you know, I get real bored on jobs. Yep. Because it feels like I've been here, done this before. It's not rocket science, and it only takes common sense. And I know that saying, common sense isn't common anymore. I don't like that saying, because really it is. It's just people choose not to use it. They just don't do it. It's like, I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, I'm not here to, you know, you know, I'm just, you know, and it's like, well, wait a minute, that's not common sense. You are here to do a job. You are here to do it well, and the way you perform your job speaks to your character, right? So, you know, when you get on those jobs and you got those me people, and I'm not gonna really show you that because I don't want you to take my job, that means they're insecure in what they're doing. They're insecure in their own job. Inspirational, charismatic, and innovative. You know, there's some people out there that don't have that. That's why I said, wait a minute, did I not bring it out in the beginning? They envy your abilities. So if you're somebody that could walk into a job and catch on quick, fast, and not slow, oh yeah, they envy your abilities, okay? But that does not mean stop being you. That does not mean stop being you. It goes on to say, you aren't always aware of how much people look up to you. A lot of people aren't. You know, you could be somebody that some people really look up to you, and you have no clue. I'll tell you, a lot of the times, and I'm just going to tell you the honest God's truth, I've had people say things to me and I'm like, really? And they're like, yes, you did that for me. And I'm like, what? Because in my mind and in my heart, I am no better than anyone else. I am not. I am not. I have another saying, the divine, the creator of all things, he will give it and he will take it. And I stay mindful of that. I'm not better than nobody else. And that's how I move and that's how I function, because I know that as soon as I get on this ego trip, or anybody gets on this ego trip, I know what's at stake. I know what's at stake when your ego is bigger than it should be. I've seen it. Not per se happen to me, because I don't function like that. I'm not going to function like that. My ego is not one of those, oh, I know I'm this, I'm that. Oh, no, that's an ugly attitude. That's an ugly attitude, in my opinion. Now, I'm not judging anyone, because I know people that, you know, they are egotistical and they're vain and all kinds of things. So I'm not here to judge you, but I do want you to revisit, right? Self-reflect. Is that really getting you anywhere? Is it really getting you anywhere? I mean, you may be a very powerful person, but the power that you have, is it going to last? Where is it coming from? Is it coming from the divine, the almighty, the creator of all things? Or is it coming from earth walkers? Because see, that is not going to last. That's not going to last at all. You in cliques, you know, you might got some pull or whatever the case may be. Let me tell you, baby, that's not gonna last. But what forever lasts is the almighty, the divine, the one that keeps that chakra wheel turning. internally that keeps you in alignment with yourself, that brings you to the forefront in the realization of who you really are. The one that has you sit back and reflect on life, reflect on things and circumstances and situations that have taken place. That's your reflection. That reflection is coming into you through the divine, having you sit down, take a break, self-reflect, see who you really are. Because that illusion that the ego gives you is just that, an illusion. None of us are immortal. None of us are better than someone else. We all have something to bring to the table. We all have something to offer one another. So when you understand that, that's when you really start living and enjoying life to the fullest. Okay. It goes on to say, donating money or time to a cherished cause. Entrepreneurial opportunities and innovative ideas. So if you're a creator, if you are someone who is financially stable and you are able to give to a charity that you cherish. I'm not saying just go out there and just give to any charity, do your research on the charity. And if you cherish that charity, what they stand for, and you have it to donate to them, right? And it doesn't even have to be a charity, right? It could be you may be somebody that you're doing well and people are out here struggling, and you may pick 10 families and you just want to pay their rent for the month. Charitable causes and charitable actions are wide ranged. You may see someone who's displaced. I don't like calling people homeless. I like to say displaced, because they have been somebody and have been somewhere in their life, and they still are. Just something has happened. So now they're displaced. So if you see a displaced person and you want to go and put them in a hotel room for a week so that they are able to, just live, relax, sleep in a bed, whatever the case may be, if that is upon your heart, do it. I'm telling you, move with your heart. When you move with your heart, you move differently and you are blessed differently. Some people will tell me, oh, you're lucky. You've always been lucky. No, I'm not. I'm blessed. I'm blessed because I move with my heart. I don't have to know you to do nothing for you. I don't have to know you. If I'm able to do something for you, I'm going to do that. I don't have to know you. I don't have to know your first name. I saw a young lady in some heels one night. I was leaving the club with a friend of mine, and he's like my brother. And he points it out. He's like, look at her walking across the street. And I was like, boy, you know what I'm saying? Not to call a man a boy, but he's like my brother. So I can say, boy, please. So, he's like, look at her walking across the street with them little skinny heels on and something. And I don't know what happened. And before I know it, this woman has fallen. But I didn't see her fall because I was too busy looking at the light, waiting for the light to turn green. And there was like lines of cars behind me. This woman falls and he's like, oh man, look, she fell. And I'm like, what? She fell? I look over and I'm like, oh, wow, So as I look, I'm like, okay. I see, her friends. Oh, I'll retake that back. I ain't going to say friends. I'm going to say friends. Because when she fell, the 3 ladies with her were laughing. And so that kind of irritated me. Okay, I'm not going to lie, that irritated me. Because if they were my friends, you think that's funny? But then security comes over, they try to pick her up, and I look and I see her ankle is like turned. I'm like, oh my God, they're trying to pick her up, and I was like, you know what? I told my brother, Brandon, move. I was like, take the I went into flight mode, right? So I'm like, Now I got a whole line of cars behind me. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. If I held that traffic up, I apologize. I got a whole line of cars behind me. This lady over here got a broke ankle. I'm looking at her ankle. It's broke. It's turned. She's not about to get up. Security's trying to pick her up. They're not even paying attention. Shouldn't be security if you're not observant. I'm just going to say that. Nevertheless, I tell Brandon, move. I'm like, you get in the driver's seat, whip over, you pull over. I jump out the car so I could point out to them her ankle's broke. She's not going to be able to get up. And I'm like, just put her in the back seat of my truck. Everybody looking at me like I'm crazy, and her friends, and I done cursed all her friends out for, because I was like, you know what? Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. You sitting up here laughing at her. You wouldn't be my friends. They put her in the backseat of my truck, and boom, we're right down the street from Denver General. So I just run and take her to Denver General. And she was like, can I have your name and number? And can we go to lunch? And can I take you out? And I was like, no, ma'am. I did that because if it happened to me or somebody I loved, I hope somebody would do that for them. I didn't do it for repayment. I did it because it was necessary. But that's what I'm saying. You know, you have to have that character. You have to move with your heart. If you don't move with your heart, you're taking a place in space. Seriously. You're taking up a lot of space. Because everybody's moving the same. All up here in their minds, all about them. Maybe about their kids, but it's all normally about them. When you move, it got to be about everybody. You have to be considerate and mindful of everybody. It's not hard to do, because when you move like that, what you need to understand is all your blessings aren't coming from individuals. They're coming from the divine. The spirit, the angel guides of the light that have watched you and how you function and how you move. That's where your blessings come from. Oh, I'm sorry. Got my whole little something saying. Oh, sorry. Okay. So let's move on. Eight of Earth. I look at this as Eight of Pentacle. Okay. But Eight of Earth. Let's go over there. And let's see what the Eight of Earth has to say. Oh, that's Eight of Water, Eight of Fire, Eight of Earth, got to be up here. Maybe. Sorry, guys. This is a new book, so let me see if I can find it. Eight of Earth. It's not going to be. Earth, there we go. Okay, so Eight of Earth says, this is a time of learning and honoring your skills. Study topics that are near to your heart or advance your career. Okay, so there's two options there. Study topics, right, that are near and dear to your heart or advance your career. So topics that are near and dear to my heart are Reiki and oracle cards and tarot cards and angel numbers and stuff like that. So the divine is definitely telling me study more, right? Get into it more, devote your time, dive into it. Anybody else out there like that, feeling like me, do the same. If you have a career that you are passionate about, learn it, study it, get into it. Musicians, artists, oh my gosh, beat makers, I'm talking to you. Okay, anybody out there that is passionate about music and the music industry, because I'm going to tell you, music is the universal language. If you can rhyme, you can rap and rhyme, get into it, go hard with it. If you're into the music industry, you're into making beats, get into it, go hard with it. Okay, if you're into Reiki, spiritual healing, if you're into nature and balancing out the yin and the yang, and you're into astrology and learning zodiac signs and their elements and their characteristics, get into it. If you're into technology, get into it. If you're into any type of architect work, get into it. Okay, dive into what you are passionate about, because when you put your heart into it, it's going to come out magnificent. You are going to be the best at what you do. Or at least one of the best, or at least one in a million of the best. Okay. But when you put your heart into something, there's no failure. There's no failure in it because you're putting your heart into something that you really want to do. I love that. I love that. It says education, focus, and details. Seriously, educate yourself, focus, get detailed. Seriously. Seriously, I have a long way to go, but guess what? I'm starting and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep going. Because this is something I like to do. I like to deliver messages and I like to talk to people and I really like to make people think outside the box. I love that. Sometimes, I mean, I really don't know how to conduct myself or really act when I go out because I'm all excited, right? Because I get around people and it's like, ooh, because I'm kind of like a loner. I am. I'm a loner. I get around people and I just feel everybody's energy, and especially if it's good vibes. If it's good vibes, ooh, I'm there. And I'm so excited. It's like I'm like a kid in a candy store and I don't really even know what to do. Sometimes I have to sit there and hold my composure because deep down inside, I want to get up and jump up and scream and yell and dance and man. And I'm like, you can't be acting like that. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? Chill, sit back. And then it's like, oh my God. And then sometimes I get so excited. Like my cousin, he used to come and see me. Okay. When I lived in Texas, he would come. I get so excited when he was there because he'd want to go somewhere. I'd be like, oh yeah, I get to go. And I'm like a kid in the candy. I'd be like, oh. I know he'd be like, what? I get in there, let's take pictures, let's do this, and I know he like, Lord have mercy, look at her go. It's just because I'm a loner. So when I'm alone a lot, I can turn up by myself and no one even gets to see it. Ha ha. Yep, that's right. I turn all the way up. I be having music bumping and then walking around singing and dancing and right here in my little old lonesome. But when I'm invited to come hang out with people, that's when I really get excited. Okay. So the 8 of Pentacles is educate yourself, focus, and stay on the details. Okay. It says you may be called to take classes at a local college. Right. Attend a seminar or learn spiritual skills that allow you to help heal others. What I tell you, and I love Reiki because I don't know what it is, but I do it on myself. And I've had a couple people let me do it on them. And I had 2 of the people that I did it on say, why does it feel warmer right there? And I'm like, I don't know. It feels warmer and I'm not even touching them. So, I'm like, okay, so that means that's the area of focus. Right. I loved it. I loved it. So, I mean, I like doing Reiki, and that's why my whole little setup here is there's my Reiki table. And it's really a massage table, but you can do Reiki on it. But I mean, the whole Zen den and everything, it's for my spiritual healing capabilities, to include when I make my jewelry, I can make it right here. Right. When I do my messaging, my card readings, I could do it right here. Okay. It also goes on to say, important life choices require you to do additional research before making a decision. And this is true. Okay. Don't just go and howl and quit your job. I ain't saying do that. Okay. Don't just feel like, yes, I love this and that, and that's it. And I'm just going to go quit and da, da, da. Because first you need to definitely ground yourself, get your internal will together so that you can think clear and concisely about the decision you're getting ready to make. Because once you go in, you have to go in wholeheartedly. Okay. You can't be half stepping with it. Like I started this where I was at and I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't that I wasn't feeling what I was doing. I wasn't feeling the environment. I was not comfortable. I was not happy. And when the Aries isn't happy, that's different. I'll just tell you the truth. I am not going to front about that. When we're not happy, I be feeling like I can move a mountain. Like, I'm serious. Like when Aries aren't happy, baby, the whole world feels like it ain't happy to be. I'm serious. I be having to stay on that kiki kaka because if I'm not happy, I am tripping. Seriously. And not like out violent tripping, but I'm tripping. And when these two get to going, that mind and that heart, and I'm not satisfied and I'm not happy and I'm on that trip, I'd be like, let me back up. Let me take a step back. Because sometimes you feel like you have that kind of power to when you're not happy, it's disruptive around you without you touching anything. Okay. So definitely it's important life choice. Important life choices require you to do additional research before making a decision, and that's serious. Okay, take pride in your work. Don't hesitate to take extra time to complete a project if doing so will bring the quality to the highest level possible. And that's serious. And I'll say that again. Take pride in your work. Now, and that is one of the 5 Reiki principles. The first one I have learned to do not be angry. That's the first one. The second one is do not worry. And it's hard. It's harder. It's more difficult to not worry, especially if you got a lot on your plate. You got a lot of stuff on your plate. You're going through things. You got responsibilities. You got kids. You've got family. You've got friends. You've got other people that depend on you. That I'm going to tell you flat out, to not worry, that is easier said than done. But the second Reiki principle is do not worry. And that's why I'm telling everybody, get connected, get spiritually connected to. It is important to tap into your intuition and discernment. Your survival depends on it. It's serious, because when you start to worry, you start to malfunction, you start to become dysfunctional, and things around you are not working. And you cannot manifest, you cannot bring things into you. It becomes a whole hot mess. Okay. And I could speak to that because I've been there before. I've definitely been there before. Okay. Third principle, be grateful. I love being grateful. I do. I ain't lying. I love being grateful. I wake up every morning, and that's the first thing I think is, I am grateful and thank you for waking me up, for allowing me to come back home, helping me find a place, helping me to provide for myself through work, of course. But the universe is telling me, it's coming, just stay at it. But I also have to do research, and I have to educate myself, right? Because I want to get to the point to where, I don't think I'll ever get to that point though. I was going to say, I want to get to the point where I don't have to even revert, but I do, because I believe that there are meanings in when you get your cards and the book comes with it, there's messages in here. So I don't ever want to just divert totally off from that message. Okay. So, but I want to get to the point to where, which I feel I am there. I kind of say things and then go read it and be like, oh, I just said that. So, but I just want to just bring it in even harder. Okay. Even more concise, more precise, more, I just want to do that. So, I mean, that's what I am into. So definitely be grateful. Okay. Be grateful for a lot of things. And then my favorite, work diligently, baby. Let me tell you about working diligently. When you work diligently and you put your heart into it, man, that's your best work. That's your best work. When you don't have any distractions, when you don't have any people nagging and bothering you, and you're just able to just really focus and put your whole heart into it, you get some of the best work. you come out on top. And a lot of that is going to make people, as I said, enviness of your abilities. They envy your abilities. So you're going to have people out there that are going to envy you, because when you start to focus on your passion, and I mean, you educate yourself on it, focus on it, and you get detailed on it, baby, the pentacle starts to come in. And all you have to do is ask the divine for guidance and protection over those who don't want to see you progress. That's all you have to do. You ask the divine to protect you. Okay. Protect what you're creating, protect what you're building, protect your brand, protect your loved ones. Okay. You ask that of the divine, the creator of all things, the spirit and angel guides of the light, and I promise you they're going to come through. You just have to ask, and then you have to believe. Okay. A lot of people say they pray, and then when they pray, they get up and they take it right back. They get up there worried again, and then, well, then that means that the prayer was not really from the heart, because once you ask, leave it alone, let it go. I'm telling you, let it go. Try it. Sincerely mean what you say in your prayer to the divine, the almighty, the creator of all things, and you let it go. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? It goes on to say, you are in a physical body having a human experience so that you can learn. Woo! I'll say it again. You are in a physical body having a human experience so that you can learn. You may not be aware of it right now, but you exist to learn. Oh, wow. Ooh. They always say, if you're not learning something every day, then you're not living, and that's real. Okay. It says, you dearly love incorporating new wisdom into your soul. Just make sure to study things that send thrills through you, as those are the experiences you are on earth to embody. Man. So if you are into music and you are a musician, or you are into making music, or you are into lyricist, if you are into using your hands, making crafts, okay, making jewelry, spiritual jewelry, things that you really believe in and that you feel can be of betterment in someone else's life, learn it. If you are into the corporate world and you want to learn finance, accounting, you want to learn technology, you want to get into this huge blockchain they got going on, I don't know about that, but I've been there too. If you want to get into it, cybersecurity, if you want to get into just really learning how to heal your inner wheel, your chakra, and you want to take up Reiki, or you want to take up massage therapy, or whatever it is that you want to get into, if you get into it wholeheartedly and you educate yourself, focus, and then become detailed in it, you will be the best. You will be the best. Okay? You're going to be the best. So it says, just make sure you study things that send thrills through you, and those are the experiences you are on earth to embody. It says successfully changing jobs. Okay, so the overall energy of this card here in this reading, I'm sorry, the light's fluctuating. Okay, sorry. Overall card of this energy is saying successfully changing jobs, self-improvement, dedication to your craft, focusing on the details. That resonates with me, and I know it should resonate with you if you watch. But don't worry about it. If you miss this, you will see it when you are supposed to, because time is indefinite. It does not exist in the spiritual world. Okay, so when you see this, you're supposed to see it. Okay, all right. And then we have 7 of air. Now, what this is Seven of Swords, okay? And that means awareness, caution, and consequences, okay? So what I'm seeing here is that, you know, there's an angel standing over the children. One baby looks like she's asleep, another baby behind her, but it's being aware, okay? Being aware of your surroundings, your environment, the company that you keep. Staying cautious, okay? Not just assuming that because you've known these people from knee high to a grasshopper, that they always have your best interest at heart. Because baby, I'm gonna tell you, those will be the first ones that will cross you, because they're envious of your abilities. Okay, they're envious of your abilities. They really don't want to see you. As I said, they are trying to stop you from being successful, but they cannot stop what the divine has given you. You're favored, okay? They are afraid of you because you have ancient gifts given to you via the divine. Ancient gifts can be your intuition. That's why I said you got to get into your intuition and your discernment, because the more you get into your intuition and your discernment, you're able to move differently. You listen to that inner voice. When that inner voice says, get in your left lane, Treva, and I don't. And then a drunk driver comes up to here and rams into the back of me and then wait for it. I'm gonna tell you this story. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was about 20-something years old. And I was leaving college because I worked and then I went to college too. So I was leaving from my work study, okay? And it was at night. And I had to stay there because I needed to use the computer to do some extra work. So I won't lie, I was driving without a driver's license because it had been suspended. Unbeknownst to me though, I didn't know that. I had a license, but I didn't know that it was suspended. It was all brought to me after the incident. So there was a police officer in front of me and I already knew. I was like, dang, I live in a state where, boy, they see you and you were just automatically pulled over. I don't know what it was, but you were. So I was nervous. I was like, I don't want to get over there because I already knew. I got a driver's license, but I'm a college student and I'm poor. I have no insurance. Okay. So I'm thinking, I don't want them to pull me over and give me a no insurance ticket, because if they give me that ticket, I'm in trouble. Right. So I'm sitting at this light and something's like, get in your left-hand lane. I'm like, I literally said, and it said, get in your left-hand lane. And I said, because I want to stay behind this police officer, because as long as I'm out of sight, I'm out of mind. Do you know I did not get in my left-hand lane? And right when I said, what is taking this, and got ready to say, damn light, so long to change, boom. And I was on my brake. I got slid all the way up into the back of the police car. I said, wait for it, wait for it. Mind you, I didn't even know I was knocked out. I didn't know I was knocked out. Basically, they hit me so hard that I went in between the seats and my upper body was in the back seat. My legs were in the front seat. And I woke up on a stretcher. The ambulance came and I was on a stretcher. And I was like, wait. And then when I wake up, I'm like, oh, they're going to give me a no insurance ticket. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm about to get a no insurance ticket. But I'm laid out on the street in a stretcher. The ambulance is like, ma'am, you okay? You okay? They got me in a stretcher, got a neck brace on me. I'm like, well, wait, I am outside on the ground. What's going on? Last I was behind the policeman and now I'm on the stretcher. What's going on? He was like, ma'am, you were knocked out for a minute. I was like, knocked out for a minute? He was like, you was knocked out for a minute. He was like, don't move, don't. And they rushed me to the hospital. I'm in the hospital and I'm still thinking, I'm about to get a ticket for no insurance. That's all I'm thinking about. I'm about to get a ticket for no insurance. The officer walks in and he was like, Ms. Johnson, are you okay? And I'm like, I guess so. And he was like, do you even know what happened? All I'm thinking is, I'm gonna get a ticket for no insurance. And the last thing I heard was get in your left-hand lane. But I'm not gonna tell him that because I don't want him to think I'm crazy. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, And he's like, you don't know what happened? I was like, no, sir. He was like, a drunk driver rear-ended you doing about 55 miles an hour and knocked you into the police car in front of you. And I was like, what? I was like, oh. He was like, yeah. He was like, they told me that you were in the back seat. I said, I was in the back seat. I said, no. I was in the front seat. He was like, no, ma'am. The impact knocked you to the back seat. I said, what? He was like, yeah. He said, so they're going to keep you here for a while because they want to check on you and make sure everything's okay. But he was like, you went in between your car seat because, I had a little Colt, a Dodge Plymouth Colt. And, there was a little space in between. He was like, your whole upper body and everything was in the back seat. He was like, your legs were like, and I was like, oh my goodness. And then he was like, and oh, by the way, did you know that your license is suspended? And I was like, nope. I'm thinking, no, I don't know about the license being suspended, but I know I didn't have insurance. He was like, well, we're not going to worry about that. Okay. So that intuition and that discernment and that voice that you hear, and I don't care what anybody says because it's not crazy. You're not crazy. It is the divine spirit guides, angel guides of the light, talking to you, telling you something. Pay attention to it. Okay. So 7 of air. Let's see what it's about. I just had to share that story because I did not listen to that voice and I was all in the back seat. And I could have moved over to the left-hand lane and that drunk driver would have came up and smacked that police car. Yeah. So, and I'm sitting here fighting. I ain't moving on. I ain't going. The whole time. I'm saying no. And it's like, get in your left-hand lane. I'm like, It's like, get in your left-hand lane. I'm like, 55 miles an hour. Drunk driver. In a van at that. He was in a van. So my little Plymouth Colt's down here. His van's way up there. He just... Cars up under, I guess, the police car. I don't know. But they were sitting higher than me. So I'm pretty sure when he knocked me, I don't know. I was just on a stretcher in the street. It wasn't a good look, I'm pretty sure. So 7 of air. Your guardian angels are attempting to point out to you that things may not be as they appear right now. It could be that sometimes motives sometimes motives are questionable. Perhaps you are fooling yourself into believing your own intentions are in integrity when subconsciously they are not. What I tell you, that's that ego and that's that illusion. That's that illusion. I'm here to let you know about it. Okay. Spirit, divine, creator of all things is here to let you know about the illusion and your intentions. And I'm telling you, see, you got me looking around. I wrote down my intentions for the year of 2022. And I also put that out there on ariesleaderbynature.co. Your intentions, it's in one of my blogs. Yes, it is. It says, and I'm going to read that again, your guardian angels are attempting to point out to you that things may not be as they appear right now. It could be that someone's motives are questionable. Perhaps you are fooling yourself into believing your own intentions are in integrity when subconsciously they are not. Rather than being fearful of this message, consider it a kindness from source. You are being given a heads up to reevaluate the situation and make changes in your own behavior or how you react to those around you. Either way, the truth will be revealed and suddenly everything will make sense. You may have valuable information for another person who could desperately use the assistance. Now, that was a long message. It says, rather than being fearful of the message, consider it a kindness from source. You are being given a heads up to reevaluate the situation and make changes in your own behavior or how you react to those around you. And I will admit that that resonates. Because didn't I just say that I could go somewhere and I could go somewhere, I could go over to my family's house and I walk in with the best intentions. And maybe because they're family, okay, and they are able to probably trigger things that nobody else can. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a direct message for me. Because I'm not gonna lie. I would like distance myself so far from them, never call, never nothing. I will exit and be furious. And it causes me to never pick that phone up and to block everybody. The only way I know they have called is I'll look through my call log and I'm like, oh, okay, that person called, but they was blocked. So this is probably a direct message for me. Definitely. But if you can resonate, definitely resonate. Okay. So it says you're being given a heads up to reevaluate the situation and make changes in your own behavior or how you react to those around you. Either way, the truth will be revealed and suddenly everything will make sense. You may have valuable information for another person who could desperately use your assistance. You or someone you know may be feeling the need for a little time alone. Peaceful solitude can bring many hidden treasures and talents to light. I told you, like, I'm not going to argue with you. But you could probably see in my eyes, like when some things are not right, I may squint or be like, ooh, and I'm going to get up and you're never going to see me again. Or if you send me a text and it throws me off and you're a family member, I'm going to let you know everything on my mind and I will never text you again. I will never talk to you again. But everything I will say to you is factual. So this is spirit telling me to stop doing that. Like, you know, forgiveness. Where was it at? Forgiveness. 3 of air, or really 3 of sword. Okay. Forgiveness. That's something I have to do because I have some family members that will just stroke me the wrong way. And I'll be like, okay, cool. I got you. And they'll never hear from me again. Never. Nope. I'm not going to do it. So if you do that, if you cut off people like that, don't do that. And then I'm going to promise to work on myself with that. I've been thinking about maybe calling a couple of them, but I don't really know just yet. Right. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real because I'm not going to get on here and be fake with you at all. I'm keeping it real. There are messages when I read that I resonate with. And I think that all readers need to resonate. And if they don't, then that means that message is not for them. But if you can resonate with it and it does hit you and it hits home, then go on and tell the truth. Okay, because you provide knowledge and through experiences in real life situations. So if you're sitting up here acting like ain't nothing going on and everything is peaches and cream, that's a lie. It can't be. We just came out of a pandemic. And I don't even know if it's all the way over. Now they want to say something. Sorry, trying not to cuss. I've been working on that. But yes, and I do. I will leave and I won't say nothing, but I will swear like a sailor all the way home, doing, I ain't gonna say how much on the highway, but doing it mad, furious, like can't run fast enough because it was like their energy was so negative and so toxic to where I'm like, ooh, just get home, just get home, just get home. So that's why spirit is saying it's okay. You or someone you know may be feeling the need for a little time alone. I do all the time. I need all my time alone. every day. I'd rather not be bothered every day, because so many people bring me their issues and then they want me to resolve them. And I'm like, nah, I could probably guide you into how they can be resolved, but I just don't have a magic wand and poof, they're resolved. If that was the case, that magic wand, poof, I'd be in Costa Rica. Poof, I'd be on that yacht when I went over there to St. Martin and I saw the yacht that was black and white with the matching helicopter. Poof, I'd have been there like that if that was it. But then again, I got to come back to, we can't be materialistic. So therefore, I really don't need those things. But it would be nice to say I had them, right? Who wouldn't want a yacht? Who wouldn't want a helicopter? I'd have to learn how to fly it, but that's where this comes in. Where did it go? Educate and focus on the details. Hey, you never know. You might get a yacht with a helicopter. Next thing you know, you got to drive the yacht, you got to learn how to steer the boat. You got to learn how to fly the helicopter. You never know, right? So when people flood me with their stuff, I run. I'd be like, that's not what this is. That's not what this is. And first and foremost, Spirit wants you to be truthful with yourself. I promise you. If you can't be truthful with yourself, woo, you are really walking around in a huge ego. Straight up. And that's full of illusion, dependency, and materialism. Be truthful with yourself. I'll tell you, quick, fast, and not slow. I am not perfect, far from it, and I'm working on it. But I'm not working on being perfect. I'm working on being me, the realest me, through my heart, through my gestures, through what I do for people or not do for people, right? I'm just being the realest me I can be. That's it, and that's all. And I will not allow any more judgment to make me feel like I'm some sort of a sinner. But why would you even look at me like that? Oh, now I'm really mad. Stay away from you. Okay. It goes on to say, this is not a time for fear. It is a time for intense awareness of what is going on around you and within you. So if you've been walking around in fear because you're feeling like something ain't right, something's not right. You are a ball of light walking around, and people are sensing that and picking that up. And so therefore, what did I say? What did I say earlier? I said earlier, they are afraid of you because you have ancient gifts given to you via the divine. Didn't I just say that? And these downloads came out before the reading did. Okay. So goes on to say, this is not a time for fear. It is a time for intense awareness of what is going on around you and within you. Focus your mental energy on your powers of observation rather than getting caught up in your emotions. See, that intuition that you have, that does cause you to observe a lot. When you get that gut feeling something ain't right, what do you start doing? Looking around, especially if you out somewhere, right? You start looking around, scanning the room, looking for anything that ain't looking right. At least I do. I'm like, that didn't feel right. It's time to go. Peace. I'm out. All the time. It says, focus your mental energy on your powers of observation rather than getting caught up in your emotions. You can help point out the important issues for you if you ask. It says we can help point out the important issues for you if you ask us to. Wow. Overall energy, a time to reevaluate priorities, making choices carefully, embracing the truth, misunderstanding someone's motivations, something being taken from you, losing your freedom. Misunderstanding someone's motivations. I just finished speaking about that, how someone called me and they're interviewing me, but I promise you, it felt like the call was an interview for them. I was like, is this not an interview for me? Because the way this is sounded, are you interviewing with me? I was like, you call and tell me it's gonna be a quick few minutes and it going to a 2-hour phone call, and I'm sitting here going, almost saying, felt like my interview was really someone interviewing for me. The strangest feeling, the strangest feeling. So yes, overall energy. Yep. A time to reevaluate priorities. What do I want to prioritize? I want to prioritize building a brand for myself pertaining to my spiritual jewelry that focuses on all aspects of life: happiness, love, anxiety, stress, right? Self-esteem, confidence. I want to build that for people. I want to build it for myself as well. I stay jewelry dust. I stay that way. We all have flaws. We all have things we want to work on, right? I want to be someone that, relieves that worry, that stress, that pressure, that feeling that you're not enough or you're not good enough, or you're having anxiety because of whatever's happening in your life. I want to be that person that actually, people seek me out. Like, you know what? I need what you have. I need that energy. I need you to, please, can you do Reiki on me? Please, can you make me a specific piece of jewelry that focuses on this or that? You know what I mean? I want to be somebody that is sought out as a spiritual healer, an oracle, someone that is able to actually be used as a conduit for higher power messages coming from the divine, the creator of all living things. I want to be able to do that. They say that, the Bible speaks of false prophets, but I honestly believe that I am a prophet. I am able to provide you with answers when sought. And that's what I want to be known for. I want to be known worldwide for that, where people seek out my guidance. Okay. And that's what I want. And in order to do that, I have to become more educated, right? And focused and detailed. But then also I need to stay aware and cautious and understand consequences. Because see, when you get into that place, in that space, here come all your enemies. Here come people that really don't want you to be able to do that. They don't want you to be able to succeed. Okay. So that's why when you feel that gut feeling that something ain't right, it ain't right. That's your intuition. That's your ability to observe. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Chariot: willpower, victory, and recognition. Wow. Okay. Did I not just say what I wanted? So the Chariot. Okay, and that is a major arcana card. So let's go on and look at the Chariot: willpower, victory, and recognition. And that is number 7. Speak it into existence. You can speak things into existence. And I am speaking it into existence. So the Chariot, as I stated, it is number 7. So we will also visit the angel numbers book just to break down 7. A lot of readers will break down the 7 to being a 3 and a 4. And that we could visit that as well. But I'm just going to break it down today for the 7 that it is. Okay. So the tarot card says willpower, victory, recognition. Okay. It says, it's your moment to shine. This card indicates that you will receive recognition for the amazing things you have accomplished. When you find yourself in the spotlight, remember to embrace the warmth and love that has so deservedly come your way. You know, I'm gonna pause. You know, I'm gonna reflect. Did I not tell you that I wake up every morning and I'm just grateful? I'm so grateful. And I know you're like, what's she? You walk in my shoes. Let's walk in your shoes. Let's walk in anybody's shoes that have been through trials, tribulations, ups and downs, ins and outs, rounds and rounds. Finally getting yourself grounded, finally starting to feel like, okay, you've come into your place in your space. You're doing something you really want to do and you really like doing and you're good at it. You've come from one state to another. And the first thing is you made it safe because you drove for hours with no sleep. You didn't fall asleep at the wheel. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? When I tell you I'm grateful, it goes on and on and on. Like my grateful starts at the mustard seed size. And it just goes on and on and on. I have had things happen to me in my life that there was no questions. There was no, I'm not lying to you. I was broke growing up, still broke. Okay. I am definitely not sitting on all this money that people probably look at me and think I got, because I've heard somebody told me yesterday, oh, we pay for those. It's on a case-by-case basis because we pay for those for people that don't have any money. And I couldn't believe the woman even had the nerve to say that to me, because first of all, you don't even know what my pocketbook looks like, but okay, I'll pay for my own fingerprints. And when I get it, I won't be working for you. But that's just how they talk. I walk in to get my fingerprints done. They asked me for the pay code. I texted this lady and asked her for the pay code. And do you know what her response was to me? It's on a case-by-case basis for people who literally have nothing. Damn. I'm glad you sized me up and figured you knew what I was working with. I'm just somebody that's not a user, and I will spend if I have that money to get it on my own. But you don't know how much money I have. But that's just who I am, because I don't like asking for people for stuff and I got something over here I'm sitting on, because that way, that means I'm using you. But we'll leave them where they need to be left. That relationship wasn't going to last long. Moving forward. And it goes on to say, it is your moment to shine. The card indicates that you will receive recognition for the amazing things you have accomplished. When you find yourself in the spotlight, remember to embrace the warmth and the love that has been so deservedly come your way. If you feel uncomfortable with the attention, ask your angels to give you the confidence you need to step forward. That's funny, because I said it in the beginning, I was uncomfortable with doing YouTube on, like, seeing me. Some days I'll do that. Most days I will do, you'll just see my hands. Because I don't know what I don't know what that is, but I do that. And maybe you can resonate with that. But yes, you know, being on camera, sometimes I'm like, oh my God. But I don't know why, but I do that. But anyway, it goes on to say, I don't know. It goes on to say, you may find yourself called to balance multiple priorities, right? You may find yourself called to balance multiple priorities, projects, or people at this time. Stay centered and grounded. Avoid the temptation to go into drama about the situation. I didn't go into drama about the situation, but I'm telling you, I am very discerning. I'm very discerning. And see, if you size me up before you even know me, and if you feel I already just have the money to pay for, first of all, the uniform coming out of my check, I don't even need your shirt with your logos on it, but it's still coming out of my check. So if I don't use this shirt and I give it back, do I get reimbursed? Pants I'll keep cool. Tie, badge, hat I'll keep cool. But this shirt, why? Right? First and foremost. Okay, first and foremost. Second of all, if you're already sizing me up and you feel that I have this money that you know nothing about, that you have no clue about, I'm just somebody that doesn't use people. And I'm just somebody that's able to make a little couple bucks here and there. And when I get it and I make it, I go on and put it in the right places where it's supposed to be. But you don't know that about me, but you assume that you do. Because I have a nonprofit, you think it's a moneymaker? No, I just sent your business some information on my letterhead that I'm shocked you didn't get it yourself. Did you pay me for it? No. You see what I'm saying? But okay. Discernment means looking at things for what they are, seeing people for who they are, and definitely not associating with that. You don't want to associate with that because it's going to lead to a problem. Because if you already assume I have money, I'm going to have to assume I'm going to have some issues with my check. Because you're going to feel like, she don't need it. We can pay her next week, or a couple hours is missing. You got me twisted. I'm that one. I'm that one in Django, baby. I'm that one. Yep. Moving forward. So it says you may find yourself called to balance multiple priorities, projects, or people at this time. Stay centered and grounded. Avoid the temptation to go into drama about the situation. And you know I can't do that. I'm an Aries. I call a spade, okay? If you present a calm, collected, and positive demeanor, you will experience great success. And I will. And I'm going to present that here in doing with what I want to do, focusing on what I believe to be why I'm here. I have an innate gift. I am gifted, and I have ancient gifts divinely given to me from the divine. And I want to use those gifts. Because when you work for someone else, you are subject to them assuming they know you, assuming they have it all figured out about you, and they are clueless. Okay. So it says your angel message, you're doing a wonderful job and you deserve all the positive feedback you're receiving. Don't allow anything to throw you off, of course. We're so very proud of you. And I'm sorry, let me read that again because it was a beautiful angel message. It says, you're doing a wonderful job and you deserve all the positive feedback you're receiving. Don't allow anything to throw you off course. We're so proud of you. Okay. Overall, energy of the card, absolute clarity of purpose. Did I not just say that? That's why it's hard for me to go work for somebody else, because I already know what I'm supposed to do. And it's not work for you and put up with your assumptions of my pocketbook and what I'm going to pay for or not pay. Because I'm like, shoot, if I do all this and I'm paying for all that, then what the hell I need to work for your company for? I can take that and go somewhere else and make a lot more than what you're offering. I was actually offering, hey, I could be this for you and I can help you with this as well. But you know, they took that because that's what they are. That's kind of business it is. I ain't gonna talk about them, but gift gone. I ain't worried about it. Okay. It says a well-deserved promotion, business travel, remaining calm during challenges, modes of transportation. So this is the overall energy of this chariot coming in. Absolute clarity of purpose, a well-deserved promotion, business travel, remaining calm during challenges, okay, and modes of transportation. And that was the overall energy of the chariot, bringing in positive messages, positive opportunities, etc. You know, I love my neighbor. Her name is Miss Susie. And it was so funny because I was talking to Miss Susie and, you know, she was hearing the lady talk to me on the phone, and Miss Susie looks at me and she was like, You want to work overnight? I said, no, not really, Miss Susie, but sometimes we got to do what we got to do. And Miss Susie gave me that look like, no, you don't. The divine universe has us all. We just have to ask. We just have to ask. So this is the reading today for the collective, and that's everybody. That's all 12 zodiac signs, right? That's fire, water, earth. I'm sorry, I went over that real fast. That's air, earth. I did fire and water. Okay. So with that being the case, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that these messages resonated with you. I hope that the downloads that I have was able to resonate with someone. And please come back and visit my channel. And then I'm going to move forward because I definitely have to finish up. If I'm not mistaken, who did I leave off on last night? Oh yes, I have to do air and earth love reading. So hopefully you will come and return for that. And that is going to be hands, guys. So the collective readings, I will give you a face-to-face so that I can reach the masses and they can feel the energy and they can see that I'm so serious about that. And then for our zodiac signs, you will see hands, and I'll try to stick to that. Sometimes I'll say something and I'll do it reversed, but I would definitely like to do collective readings face-to-face so we can see one another. And then for all zodiac sign readings, love, career, whatever's going on that I am picking up on to message, I will. So thank you so much for visiting, and thank you. I need your support. So please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.